Hello everyone, back into today's second video. Going to have a look at weather for the next week to 10 days, or today's second video, which will take us to around the 13th of April. We'll be able to extend out beyond that, the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe on to around a couple of weeks. So have a look at CFSB2 at the end of the video. For May, actually. So I'll go over for you in a moment, just to say that JMA Friday has been released, so that's the month-end look ahead, taking us pretty much through the whole of April. And overall, the signals aren't too bad, especially through the first half of the month. Have a look at JMA Friday and see what's going on with that. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to say a big thank you to our latest PayPal donor. So I've had another donation for Gasworthies, and I'm going to say a big thank you to Paul Spain. Thank you, Paul, for your donation to Gasworthies. That's really, really kind, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. So if you'd like to give a donation to Gasworthies, all you need to do is come to the Gasworthies PayPal page. You sign into your PayPal account, and then you can give a donation to Gasworthies however much you want. And by doing that, you are going to get a mention in videos. We'll say thank you so much for doing that, and we'll give you a shout out, and yeah, you'll get a mention as long as you want one. If you'd rather say anonymous, that's absolutely fine, and not a problem at all. So big thank you to Paul Spain for that donation, and also, of course, there is Patreon as well. So this is the Gasworthies Patreon page. Got 61 patrons so far. So hello, and a big thank you to our 61 patrons. We very much hope that you're enjoying our videos at the moment and enjoying the content that we're making. If you would like to go to a Patreon Gasworthies, all you need to do is go to Gasworthies Patreon page, sign up for a Patreon account, assuming you don't already have one, and then give an ongoing monthly donation. It can be everything from $1 a month upwards to Gasworthies. And I say become a patron for Gasworthies too. So a big thanks to all of our patrons, big thanks to all of our PayPal donors. You're helping us to pay for Gasworthies. We're in a very difficult time economically, and I appreciate that. It's difficult for everybody, so please only donate or become a patron if you can absolutely afford to, because I understand it's a very, very difficult and worrying time financially for everybody at the moment as we go through this dreadful coronavirus pandemic. But if you can afford a donation to Gasworthies, then it is very helpful, very useful at the moment to get donations through PayPal and also from Patreon, because the ad yields, and we are primarily ads funded, but ad yields are dropping dramatically. I've been explaining this in videos a lot lately. We're not getting as much of the advertisements as we would normally do so, and so other revenue streams are very, very helpful. But again, it's a difficult time for everybody. I appreciate that, and please only donate if you can absolutely afford to. So a big thank you to all of our patrons, big thank you to all of our donors, and a special thank you to latest donor Paul Spain. Thank you so much, Paul, for doing that. Right, we're going to start with the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks. We'll look at Chelms for today. This is Paul's local town. So if you'd like to have your local town or city featured within this section of the video, all you need to do is email us at gasworthies@gmail.com or ask us via our social media accounts. And we're always happy to feature your local town or city in this part of the video. You don't have to donate for this either, so just let us know, and we're very happy to feature your town or city in the videos. But we're looking at Chelmsford today. So red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Chelmsford. And we're starting off actually a bit on the cooler than average side at the moment, but temperatures will be lifting up over the next few days. It's actually going to become very mild over weekend. On Sunday, we could see the temperature go to around 20, possibly 21 degrees across eastern England on sunny afternoon. That's 70 Fahrenheit. A little bit of a dip in the temperature there early next week, but then they take off again. And next week is actually looking really quite mild once again. And generally, it looks like we're staying on the milder than average side from beginning to end, really, with the GFS upper air temperature ensemble. Certainly from tomorrow or Sunday, anyway. Overall, it looks like we're above average with the upper air temperatures. There is quite a lot of scatter later on, though. There is a chance of a cold snap around the middle of April. We've got these cold outlier members down here. We've got the warm outlier members up here as well. So there's a lot of scatter once you get through to the middle and then the second half of April. But before then, solidly above average, really, after today. Precipitation-wise, a lot of dry weather coming up over the next few days. There could be some rain around on Monday as quite an active front comes across the country. That could bring some wet weather on Monday. But after then, it goes dry with average, possibly a bit more unsettled over Easter and up to the middle part of the month. But really, the weather does look generally set quite fair to me, and reasonably mild and maybe even quite warm at times as well. Temperature anomalies from the 3rd to the 11th of April are going to be above average, so a milder than average week coming up. For the UK and for many parts of Europe, actually. So we've definitely turned a corner on those cold and average temperature anomalies that we had in the second half of March. Precipitation anomalies from the 3rd to the 11th of April, overall drier than average, confirming the idea that it's going to be a relatively mild but also a relatively dry week ahead. That's how the GFS is looking for Monday. So on Monday, we bring a front across the country. It'll bring a band of rain with it. Behind that, the air will turn cooler and it will turn a little bit more showery as well. But then the high pressure comes back as we go through to the middle of next week. Yes, we've got this ridge sitting over and to the east of the British Isles. Low pressure's out to west. Winds are coming up from the south. So it goes dry and warm again through the middle of next week. Running up towards Easter. Of course, Easter has been causing all sorts of problems within the model output over the past few days. But this particular GFS run suggests that for Good Friday, we bring a trough into the north. That could have some showery bursts with it. But it gradually just starts to get a bit more unsettled over the Easter weekend itself. So this is Easter Sunday. Low pressure rain coming in off the Atlantic. That could be bringing some outbreaks of rain with it before we go back. Probably dry conditions for Easter Monday, which is day 10, 13th of April. Go back dry conditions on Easter Monday, but quite cold as winds swinging to the northwest. But then, look at that, high pressure's back in the Tuesday the 14th of April. We're back under a ridge of high pressure again, mostly dry, and temperatures probably warming up once more. Moving into the extended range with this GFS run, so high pressure remains quite dominant really as far as we can get to, which is Sunday the 19th of April. Gradually with time that high pressure is inching to our west, so we do start to pull in some cooler winds from the northeast, but overall anticyclonic weather goes on into the second half of April, except for minor interruptions here and there. So a lot of high pressure domination with that 6 o'clock GFS run. This is how the GEM is looking. So again, rather mild, but also windy on Monday, and a cold front coming across the country, bringing a band of rain. Once that gets out of the way, we go back to higher pressure, especially for England and Wales, mostly dry and quite warm through the middle of next week. Moving into more extended range, and low pressure starts heading towards the Easter period. That's Good Friday, Easter Saturday, looking quite unsettled actually. Low pressure breaking through from off the Atlantic into a cool and showery scenario for Easter Sunday. And then on Easter Monday, that low pressure moves away towards Scandinavia, winds turn into the north. So today, looks like model output is shifting towards more unsettled weather for Easter. That's how the ECM is looking. So again, a band of rain coming across the country on Easter Monday, also lowering the temperature as well. Then high pressure builds in from the south and from the southwest around the middle of next week, bringing a lot of dry, quite warm weather with. That high pressure just eases a little bit by the time we get through to Good Friday next week. Low pressure coming into the northwest, bringing some showery bursts of rain. And then into the Easter weekend itself, well, for the south, we keep a lot of high pressure going. So that's not a bad Easter weekend for England and Wales. A reasonable amount of dry weather there with ridge of high pressure. It is more unsettled further north. We finish up as we get to Easter Monday, pulling the high pressure out to west and turning wind into the north, bring cooler and also more showery conditions down from the north. So there is still a lot of uncertainty about this Easter period, but I think overall we're possibly looking at something a little bit more unsettled, unfortunately, over Easter itself. A lot of dry and quite warm weather before that, and probably a reasonable amount of dry and increasingly warm weather after it. But just over the days of Easter itself, it may actually go a little bit more unsettled. But you'll have gathered as we've gone through those three models, the GFS, the GEM, and the ECM, but there is quite a bit of uncertainty about this Easter period at the moment, definitely. So I don't think it's completely sorted out yet what's going on for Easter. These options are on the table within the ECM ensembles today for the 13th of April. We have 19 members of the ECM ensembles with above average heights out to our west and below average heights to our east. Winds, therefore, are coming in from the north. So a lot of dry weather with that, but probably a little bit on the cool side. This is Easter Monday, of course. 16 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure just to our west, so going to be mainly dry and settled there. And another 16, including the operational run, has a high pressure more towards the southwest, low pressure sinking in from the north. So cooler and more unsettled with that option too. So for Easter Monday, that would be the best option for dry and fine conditions. This one's not too bad either, but could be a little bit on the cool side. And then this one is probably the worst for being more unsettled and cooler. But there's only 16 doing that. So the operational run from the ECM today wasn't all that well supported by its ensembles, I don't think. Just adding to the confusion, really, about this Easter this year. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This is for the 18th of April. We have 13 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure just to our west then, bringing in the wind from west-northwesterly direction. Probably a reasonable amount of dry weather with that. And, yeah, I don't think that's too bad at all. I would have thought that's relatively fine. 11 have high pressure over and to the east of the country. That's a nice option. That'll be bringing in the wind from the south or southeast, mainly dry and probably quite warm. 9 have a Scandinavian high, taking the high pressure a bit further north and bringing in easterly winds. A lot of dry weather with that one too, but of course the easterlies could be a little bit on the cold side. Another 9 down here with above average heights out to the northwest, so going to be mainly dry that, but could be bringing in northeasterly winds. And then a further 9 with high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north and bringing more of a flat westerly. So a lot of options on the table actually when we get into the second half of April. A lot of them, though, you have to say, do favour high pressure to some degree. It's just the exact position of the ridge that's uncertain. But most of those options have at least some sort of influence from high pressure, telling us that as we get into the second half of April, we may see relatively dry weather continuing. Finally, for this video, we've got the CFS V2 for May. So this is 700 millibar height anomaly for the CFS for May. First time we've looked at this. Today it's going for above average heights to be centred just to our west-southwest, below average heights in the middle of the North Atlantic. The high pressure does reach northwards as well and over to Scandinavia. So it's rather a complicated and bizarre sort of pattern, but I think overall probably actually bringing in the wind more from a northwesterly direction. So I would suggest it could be mostly dry, but maybe a little bit on the cool side. Temperature anomalies are no better than average for May with CFS V2. And finally, precipitation anomalies, again, just showing average, probably no signal. Precipitation is always weaker on these charts. So that May anomaly did look quite strange, and I think we're worried about that when we get a little bit closer to it. But I think this video really backs up what we were saying within JMA Friday. There could be a lot of dry weather on offer through the first half of May, although unfortunately we may get a little bit of an unsettling interruption over Easter. And it'll be very bad luck if that does happen, because I think the trend overall for the first half of April is going to be drier than average, and it's probably going to be milder than average in the first half of the month as well. Where things go as we get into the second half of the month, that really does remain to be seen. But certainly the ECM ensembles still look relatively anticyclonic, even as we get 2 weeks out. There will be interruptions from unsettled weather, and one of those interruptions could occur, unfortunately, over the Easter period itself. But still a lot of chopping and changing going on for Easter. Right, this has been cut down a little bit, so that's it for videos for today. Tomorrow we're going to start off with the April month-ahead forecast, so we can get Gazwerthy's view on what's like to happen during this April. Will be the first video up tomorrow. We'll also have weekend forecast and a week 10-day video update as well. On Sunday, we've got our next batch of summer analogues. We're going to begin March data with that one. So summer analogues coming up. First video up on Sunday. Also, Gazwerthy's Sunday Roundup will be released on Sunday as well. And there'll be a live stream on the YouTube channel between 5 and 6 o'clock. We're going to have a bit of a get-together and see how we're all getting on during the coronavirus crisis. So that'll be on the YouTube channel on Sunday afternoon between 5 and 6 o'clock. But for today's videos, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.